over there, and as you do, we were in Singapore picking up heaps of brochures. What can we do? And there was this busking festival on in Singapore. And I'm like, oh, we'll have to check that out when we're here. Long story short, I got food poisoning and never went to the Buskers festival, but I put the flyer into my bag, right? Completely forgot about it, that it was in there. Then we went up to Thailand, walking through. We decided to go to this outdoor market one night, which is supposed to be the biggest in Thailand, and just walking through, like, have you been to Thailand?
Yeah, but only, yes. Yeah.
Have you been to, like, an outdoor market? Where there's all the country people selling their, veggies and, people there cooking their fried eggs and, then you walk along and there's some woman knitting some, baby shoes and then, and then I just went, oh my God, stop. There were 4 blind guys sitting back to back playing ukulele, singing, and they were busking. And I went, fuck, just check this out. I so wish I could take this home. Long story short, went off, enjoyed the night, had something to eat, start travelling again, get back on the plane to come home via Singapore again, go into my bag and here's this busking thing. And I went, fuck, this is a sign. David. And he's like, what are you doing now? What are you thinking? And I'm like, this is a sign. I've got this busking thing. And I said to you at the market, I've got to take this home. And he's like, anyway, sat on the plane, ripped open my cereal box and wrote it, and I've still got that box. It's Excellent. Up in my office, how I'm going to do it. Excellent. And I often refer to that and go, well, I didn't do that. Maybe I should have, actually kept referring to this cereal box. Right. So every now and again I read it and go...
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I remember you telling me not long ago that it was your first big festival.
Yeah.
So...
Fuck.
Yeah. So, so everything from funny issues like toilets, security, and I remember you telling me about ATMs and things, all new things that popped up.
Yeah.
But it sounded like they popped it up pretty, from me, like naturally. By the way, the festival was a huge success. Everything from the weather. Well, from my the people
weather.
That went,
oh my God, the rain gods. I prayed to them for
it rained the night
2
before.
weeks.
Yeah,
I
even
prayed.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Because I'd worked 14 months to pull that off single-handedly. But there are people out. Most people think that there's a team of us because I would always respond to our team. Just purely to make it seem more, like... Yeah,
like, well, sponsors feel better if they're...
If
they're passing it on to a board of people.
For the first year it was just me and my laptop and my phone. So a lot of that sort of was through... I tried to connect with a lot of people because moving back to the Gold Coast had no connection. So
where did you live then?
We lived in Wonthaggi, which is 2 hours out of Melbourne, But we... had lived on the Gold Coast for about 7 years, rented the house out to move down there, so just moved back.
Okay. So you worked for an events company in Melbourne?
No, I worked on construction site and did events for them. And the last event I did was D-Cells Got Talent.
What?
There were 3,000 people on the project, which was the desalination project. Oh. So I pitched this idea. Hey, there were heaps of Kiwis. Yeah. Every time I walk out on the site, they'd be singing. So I pitched this idea because it was a really negative. It was a negatively publicised project. So I said we need to get some positive media. We need to get So pitched this idea, and the woman goes, "That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." And I'm like, no, seriously, look at all those guys out there. There's 3,000 out there. Surely I can find 20 to put on a show to get the media there.
Guaranteed
all
you
this
would
fabulous.
Yeah.
She turned around and said, gave it much thought, I'll get back to you. She came up to me and says, look, if you can get 15, I'll look at it closer. Well, I fucking went out there in my steel cap boots and I was like, hey, can you sing? Are you talented? What can you do? Can you hang from the ceiling? Well, I have to say, sell out. And it was Wonthaggi, okay, small town, but the room took over 500. Pink came to the town 2 weeks prior to the Pink tribute show. And
Same thing. Yeah.
They only sold 200, but my point is, we sold out. We had to turn people away. There were 20 acts on stage. It was called D-Sal's Got Talent. I even had the logo done as the backdrop, like Australia's Got Talent, D-Sal's Got Talent. Really? We had the guest judges. We had a butcher as a judge, and he referred to everything as like his sausages. Oh yeah, that act.
Sausage sensational.
That act. There was 5 guys that dressed up in red dresses and did that song. And they wore wigs. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, it was the time to judge, and Drew was his name.
Good guy.
Funnily enough,
a good guy.
he was a butcher.
Handsome, was he? Was he
and
handsome?
He goes, "Hey guys, that was really, really tasty, just like my sausages."
Sounds like a dickhead, like another Drew. Yeah. Okay, good work.
But yeah, that's what I did. D-Sal's Got Talent, and I emceed it because I am a wannabe movie star.
Right.
So I got up on stage. Yep. I've done a lot of theatre, so I loved it. I emceed the night.
That is cool.
Yeah. So that's sort of, the whole.
So you
carried
your.
Thailand.
I could imagine you carrying this positive atmosphere out to people. People got.
It was awesome.
Could see that you're trying to do something. That is good.
And it was awesome. It was fabulous. And I've got the DVD if ever you've...
Oh, yeah, please. Please.
No.
Stick it on the net. Stick it on YouTube. Why not?
Oh, I think it is. If you Google D-Sal's Got Talent,
cool.
A heap of the acts have put their stuff up there.
Great.
Yeah. Well, it is up there.
So you're looking at now your second year for Buskers by the Creek now. So you just... I just heard that you're doing it again. Yeah.
And got approved straight away. I had to jump a lot of hurdles last year, get a sound report and really argue why I should have it here in Currumbin and why, they wanted me to have it, gave me options of Pirate Park, other places. Right. So had a lot of shit that I had to do last year in order to get it off the ground. Right. Yeah. So straight away I got approved.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
No ifs, buts or maybes.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was a great thing for Currumbin too. No, there was no real amplified noise, so it was.
Well, that's the thing. Remember, they were all worried about the sound. Yeah. Remember the guy across the road coming and saying, "We've all been to the hospital. We're all going to the doctors. We're getting reports done." He was. Did I tell you about that?
Maybe.
He's a crazy man. But anyway, they got, I think, 15 registered noise complaints before the event even took off. Wow. And then during the event, they didn't have one. Before the event.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they realised, all right.
There was actually not one noise complaint registered with the council.
Excellent.
Yeah. So lots of, when we asked why you're worried about the sound, you're bringing a rock concert. Yep. Well, as you saw, there was no
rock
at all. It wasn't. Well, it was just... There was rock, but it wasn't like blowing out your mind.
Not at all. And
the best thing I loved, because I'm a foodie...
Oh, yeah.
Was the food.
Yeah.
There was like 24, I think, food vendors there.
Yeah.
And the menu was international because I got the, part of Thailand, you go there and it's like those flavours and smells and...
Yeah, that you can't eat.
Yeah. Well, you can in Thailand. It's all natural. You're just like...
Because you were in charge of it, did you say, show me your menu? No,
totally.
Can't work here.
Items for sale. List ingredients. List percentage. Is there gluten?
Should be called
Gluten Free
Buskers by the Creek. Gluten free.
Gluten friendly.
No, yeah. So tell me, how do they come about? Do they
what?
Like all the food?
Oh my god, that was a mission. I had to, because I was a new event and I had no history. They're like, "Oh, you want us to pay to be a part of this? Like, seriously, I've got better things to do on the weekend. What is it? Are you going to have 10 people there, 50? Right. But they didn't know that I had a marketing and comms background, and I would never say that. I just knew how I was going to get it out there. I did that crazy thing, remember, with the bald, buff, body-painted man?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that marketing thing I did?
Maybe.
So 3 weeks before the festival, I said to the gym guys, do you know any bald, buff man that would be interested in coming along for the ride, the Buskers ride, for a bit of promo?
They tried to ring me. I was busy. Really busy.
No, there you go. You're up under that shirt. Yeah, I could use you this year. Well, you know the Wildlife Sanctuary's one of the major sponsors, right?
Yeah.
So I pitched this idea. So we body painted him with the Buskers by the Creek logo all over his chest.
Yeah, I saw
Painted his head and everything.
Yeah.
And we got him to run down the Gold Coast Highway was the plan with a life-size kangaroo, which was this character from the sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
And we got Gold Coast TV there. Like, that was one of it. We got the word out. We. See, I always talk we.
Yeah.
I got the word out there. Yeah. And so, when getting back to how did I get them, I had to push, and I dropped the price. $100 is all they had to pay to be there.
Yeah.
You know, which is so cheap.
Yeah, and they would have made a good amount of money too.
Oh man, yeah, they made thousands. One guy made $9,000 in 2 days.
Damn. Damn you, potato spud man!
Yeah.
Driving past with your BMW.
$9,000 in 2 days, yeah. But
Well,
and I'm in debt more than that for the first year. But that's all good. I'm thinking I need to start making kebabs or something during the 2 days to bring in some dollars. Because it is a free event, remember? So lots of people say, why don't you just put gates and charge? It's not about that. I grew up with a single mum and I missed out on a lot. Yep. And I can't go to Blues Fest or Winter Sun or all that shit costs $200-300 a ticket. I want everyone to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? It's exactly this. Just like this weekend, it's the Quicksilver Pro. Surf events are for the same reason. Yours was a really nice vibe because, you know, when you pay for something, you instantly fall into, or certain people fall into being an arsehole. Like, oh, where are the toilets? Like, I paid a certain amount of money for this. Oh, where's this? This could be better, Yeah. Just like a surf carnival, you're just showing up on the beach with all these other beautiful people. Like, that was what Buskers was. No one fell into the judgy mode. You were just there, and a great atmosphere, like a super nice atmosphere. And music changes everyone's atmosphere again. Like the power of music.
Yeah, I never thought of it like
giving
that.
you
Very
this other nice feeling.
Yeah.
It's just this amazingly cool
And there was no expectations from anybody. Even though I did the subtle definition of busker, a person who performs in public for gratuities, it was very subtle. Like, there wasn't that... You do go to surfers, like you said, and it was really like, it's in your face.
Yeah. And they're really professionals. There were just a lot of kids
and
with
they
guitars.
ask for money, whereas because and one of my missions is to get people out of their garages. There's so much talent hiding away out there, and I want to give opportunities because as an actor, I know I'm a damn fucking good actor.
Ow!
I have been told I'm a fucking natural, but there are no opportunities. No. I'm either too old, I look unusual, I look like an alien, and then I get cast in... like for an audition for this alien role, and I get told I'm too young looking. You're supposed to be 40, and I'm like, fuck! Just give me the opportunity and I'll prove it to you. Like,
are you kidding
there's
me?
such a thing as fucking makeup or, special effects. Wow. So it's about, to me, giving opportunities to people.
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like.
And that's what it was like. There were, 13 stages. I remember loading our stuff in and walking back, going past like 18-year-old girls that you could tell this is their very first gig. Yeah. There's mum right there.
Yeah.
And
how beautiful.
Unbelievable.
And
where else will they get to do that?
Yeah, and how beautiful. And people told me, oh, you need to have name acts. You need name acts, otherwise you get no one there. And I proved that. I didn't have one name act apart from yourself. Drew Kruck.
What?
And there were over 10,000 people. Like, I didn't have,
Yep. And I got a car park. I got car parks every time I drove into the place. There was nothing about it was annoying to me. Like,
wow.
And not a single, everything lined up, And I heard a lot of people had just a dream time. Really did.
Yeah. Well, this year I'm implementing a park and ride bus, Currumbin coaches.
Cool.
Sort of for the artists especially,
Yep.
because a lot of people did get parking tickets. So you found parking all right?
Easy.
Yeah, right.
Easy as.
Interesting. But I am this year looking for a name act. Even though I said I don't need one, I just think, why not just throw one?
Why not?
And do you know why that is as well? All those people, where, like you said, the 18-year-olds, it's their first time. Imagine if they could say, oh my God, I got accepted into a festival that such and such is playing at.
Yeah.
How amazing is that going to make them feel?
That's right. If you were to say...
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, like, come to see me, but at 6 o'clock the headliner is on.
Yeah.
And it'll turn the place on its head. It really will.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even need it.
No, it doesn't need it.
You don't need it. But at the same time, I guess that's the next progression, isn't it?
What do you think about this idea? There's this guy that makes a giant balloon creature. And when I say giant, probably, 2.5 meters high.
Right.
And he spends 7 hours, blowing